Hello students, now in this session I will explain question number 1, 2, 4 and 5 of exercise 13.2. But before that, as you can see, I have written some of the laws of exponents. So let's understand this laws of exponents first. Okay, then it will be very easier for you to just solve all the questions, or you can say to understand all the question of exercise 13.2. Now we'll start with the very basic thing, that is, see this a and n. So it is an exponential form normally, okay, and this is said as a to the power n. How you will spell this? A to the power n. Now a is considered as base, and what a is carrying on his top of his head, it is a power. Fine. So n is power and a will be considered as base. So this is the most important base, you can say, of this particular exercise. Now related to this, we have some laws. Okay, there are some few laws I have given which will play very important role in this whole exercise. Now a is a to the power n into a to the power m. Okay, a to the power n into a to the power m. You see that these two expressions are carrying the same base. They have multiplication sign in between them. In this case, the powers would be added. You see, a to the power n plus m. Always remember, when the base are same, in case of multiplication, the powers would be added. Now let's go to the second law. You see that again these two are carrying the same base, but this time we have division sign. So in case of division, we subtract the powers, but you have to also remember this power need to be mentioned first. That is n minus m. You will never write m minus n. Okay, so n minus m. Okay, now the third law is called a power law also, because you can see that a base is already carrying power to the power again power. Okay, if you see that power to the power is there, so what you have to do is that you have to multiply the power. Sorry to write in this form, you have to multiply the power, students. That is n into m. Okay, so you have to multiply the powers, n into m. Now last and the fourth law is a to the power 0. So anything to the power 0 is always considered as 1. Remember this. Okay, anything to the power 0 would be always considered as 1. And number E, a to the power n into b to the power n. Now what you observe is that you see the base is now different, but the powers are same. Now if you see that base are different but the powers are same, how to write this? You will put this base inside the bracket and you will make this power as a common one. So a into b to the power n. So these are some of the very important laws. So let's move on to the first sum of exercise 13.2. Now as you see that sum number 1 of question number 1 is 3 square into 3 to the power 4 into 3 to the power 8. These all are carrying the same base and there is a multiplication sign in between, so we have to add the powers. So we look like 2 plus 4 plus 8. So your required answer would be what? 3. 4 plus 8 is what? 8 plus 4 is what? 12. 12 plus 2 is what? 14. So it is your required answer, 3 to the power 14. This is as easy as this. And this whole form is called what? Exponential form. So let's move on to sum number 2. You will see that these two are carrying the same base and there is a division sign in between. So what we have to do now? We have to subtract the powers. So 15 minus 10. So it would be look like 6 to the power 5. Okay, so this is as easy as this, students. Now what will be of 7 3? So it would be, see, these two are carrying the same base, they have a multiplication sign in between, so we have to add the powers, that is x plus 2. So we cannot solve x plus 2 as because they are unlike terms, so we'll keep the form in this way only. So this is the required answer. So let's move on to sum number 5. See, I'm not doing all the sum of question number 1. I have selected some of the most important sum. Okay, so I believe that if you carefully observe all the solution of whichever sum I have selected, I believe that all the other sums also which I have not shown here, you can easily perform it. Okay, now this is power to the power. Okay, so what we have to do with the powers in this case? We have to multiply it. That is 2 into 3, and then again division sign is there, and 5 to the power 5, isn't it? Now 5 to the power 2 into 3 would be what? 5 to the power 6. Divide sign, 5 to the power 5, isn't it? Now this will look like this, and finally see these two are carrying the same base, division sign is in between, so we have to subtract the power. 6 minus 5, so answer would be 5 only. We do not write 5 to the power 1. Okay, if you're just writing 5, that itself means that it is carrying 1 as a power. Fine. Now let's move on to sum number 7 of question number 1. Now this time you see that the base are different. This base is A and another expression is carrying base as B. But the two of the expressions are carrying the same powers, isn't it? So what we have to do, we have to make the base into the same bracket. So you have to write it in this way, and we have to make the power like this. We have to keep the power as common. So this is the final answer, a into b to the power 4, or else you can write in this form also, ab to the power 4 also. Okay, if you keep this as an answer, then it is acceptable. Okay, now let's move on to the sum number 9. Sum number 9, we have a bracket. Inside the bracket we have 2 to the power 20 divided by 2 to the power 15 into 2 to the power cube, isn't it? Now first of all, let us solve this one. So 2 to the power 20 means 2 to the power 20 minus 15, okay, into 2 to the power 3. Now we'll solve this first. That is 2 to the power 5 into 2 to the power 3, isn't it? Now finally what we have to do, we have to add the powers, as because these two expressions are carrying the same base and the multiplication sign is there. So we have to add the powers like this. So your final answer would be 2 to the power 8. Okay, so this is the solution of sum number 1. Now before we get on with question number 2, okay, just I will make a second video of this where I will post the solution of question number 2. Okay, thank you students, and take care.